Bonjour. Good morning. Guten Tag. Others. It's the Sometimes vlog. Look at this, everyone. It's a vlog that happens sometimes, and sometimes it happens right here in front of Walt Disney's original Sleeping Beauty castle at Disneyland. That first horse you saw a minute ago was Danny. That horse right there is Dallas. Danny and Dallas, the D brothers. Here at Disneyland. Lots of D's going on. Plenty of D here for everyone involved. I already said it was a Sometimes vlog, but I feel like I didn't because I didn't get all hyper about it. I am home. 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 Having double Disneyed across 2 Disneylands in 2 continents, etc., etc., etc. I made it home from France, stayed awake all day, made it to Disneyland at night so I could end my day around Disneyland. Then I walked over to the Disneyland Hotel just to make it official that I ended my day at the Disneyland Hotel like I began my day, my December 10th, at the Disneyland Hotel in France. I ended it at the Disneyland Hotel in Anaheim. So I really, really, really did my duty. Then I went home and slept all night till about 7 in the morning. Popped awake 7 in the morning on the 11th. This is how I have to understand it by dates. I don't even understand yesterday, today, and tomorrow. On the 11th of December, I woke up 7 in the morning. Yeah, cool, I'm back home. So much stuff to do. I think I sent out a couple of emails. I reviewed a new Random Land that's coming out and had a phone conversation, and then immediately passed back out till 9 o'clock at night. Woke up, did a couple more things and passed out again. And then I woke up just in time to race down to Red Robin Burgers and get myself 2 gluten-free double cheeseburgers to go with a bunch of fries. And I was sitting in there at the bar area waiting for my to-go order. And by the way, I'm just taking this in so you guys are taking it in with me. Home, home, home. Look at this beautifulness. And just hearing English, American English. Excuse me. I picked up a cold too. Being spoken in the restaurant. I got my cheeseburgers and fries, gluten-free, and I was just getting all choked up like, America! Isn't it funny that, honestly, cheeseburgers were part of it? It just is what it is, though. I was so happy, like, yay, America! Home, I'm home. Of course, I also saw my mother and my father and my brother and my son, so those also were good. Those were also good things, but when I woke up, I was like, I need a cheeseburger right now, look at this! Snow White's wishing well, and Snow White herself right there. These Italian little marble statues, a gift to Walt Disney. Look at this cute little solution that they came up with, where to place them. And then of course Grumpy and Grumpy's Grumpy here. No Snow White wishing well at Sleeping Beauty's castle. Well, there is a wishing well at Sleeping Beauty's castle in Paris, but they don't have this. No Snow White grotto there. Isn't that beautiful? You know what I noticed about their wishing well though in Paris is they have a bucket on theirs. No buckets here on any wells. They don't want you to drink that water there. And it's probably a good thing there is no bucket to haul up water with, because we all know that I would probably haul it up and drink it. I'm drinking the magical wishing well water. So, probably for the best. Alright, entering the castle now. I'm just stoked to be here. I'm just stoked to be home, but I'm very tired and I've never been jet lagged like this bad before, where you feel like high. Like you're on some kind of drugs, or like something's wrong with your brain. You can't think or communicate with others. Wait, that's me all the time. But I've never been this jet lagged and thrown off before by a flight. And I've just been stoked to be eating like food and understanding everybody around me. Like, wow, look, I can understand what everyone's saying. Super weird though, because I am noticing strollers and scooters everywhere. In France, definitely no scooters. Not even one. I rarely ever saw one scooter. It was pointed out to me the first day I was there, and I thought, I'll see them. No, I never saw the scooters. I would see people on crutches, like elderly people and everything, on these like elbow crutches and stuff, like doing everything they could to not have to do that. I saw, I think, 1 or 2 wheelchairs, a few, and I think there's 1 or 2 scooters for people that have literally no legs. But that's a big difference here, is strollers galore and scooters galore, where you do not see that in France. So there are some things that are just like becoming more obviously different to me as I come home, but that weren't as different to me when I was gone. Look at how small and cute Fantasyland is. You just saw the vlog from Paris to the Fantasyland over there, and now look at this. King Arthur's Carousel, our little Sleeping Beauty castle. So small, it's true, 90 feet shorter than Le Chateau de Bellebois Dormant in Paris. 90 feet shorter, but look how cute she is. That's Walt Disney's castle right there. That famous photograph of Walt Disney coming through that, not through that guy's head, but through that arch in the morning, walking into the park with his hands in his pocket and his cute Walt Disney sweater on, just looking like, look what I did. Look what I did with my life. And then he's probably looking at everyone else thinking, what'd you do today? I walked into my own kingdom. So, nailed it. Walt Disney, a man who accomplished more than any of us ever will, but that shouldn't stop us from trying, right? Look at that. The sword and the stone. Peter Pan's flight. It feels so cute and cuddly and snug. Like, I really like Paris. I mean, I like Disneyland Paris. I would put above Magic Kingdom in terms of like Disney-ness and magicalness and just that, I don't know. All are magical, all are good. Don't get me wrong. Everyone thinks, see, you don't like Magic Kingdom. I love Magic Kingdom. I'm just saying, it goes Disneyland to me, and then Disneyland Paris now, and then Magic Kingdom. Just because Magic Kingdom is so much more like the original Disneyland, just on a bigger scale compared to Magic Kingdom. And I'm getting confused now which park I'm talking about, but coming back here and looking at this, you would think I'd be disappointed, like, oh, our little Fantasyland is so small. It's the opposite. I get so excited every time I come back because it's so cute and cuddly and snug. And look at our Mr. Toad Wild Ride facade, the same size as that little restaurant in Paris, but this one has Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in it. I feel like I just went on Pinocchio and Snow White, because I did. Pretty much the same, except they're French. You know what's weird? Another thing I was tripping out on today that I couldn't really speak to while I was there, but it dawned on me as I was riding Pirates this morning, because that's the first thing I did was go straight to Pirates of the Caribbean and ride the original Walt Disney art-directed Pirates of the Caribbean. It dawned on me that all that stuff was in French in France. That sounds really stupid, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I could understand the story completely. Like, even if I didn't know the story of Pinocchio or Snow White that intimately as I do from riding these rides, it dawned on me that they really managed to figure out ways in Paris of telling all those stories, like wherever the changes were, especially in Pirates, without needing English or without needing it to be narrated at you. Do you know what I'm saying? So they found a lot of visual ways to tell the story without needing it. And then that's what's crazy about the dark rides not needing to be changed at all, is that the story is already so well told that even though it was bilingual, French and English, everybody was having a good time and everyone could clearly understand what was going on, what's happening in the story. It's just framed so well and done so well. Why mess with success? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So those original 1955 and of course 1983 dark rides, Snow White and Pinocchio, didn't need any. Anyway, I'm so happy to be back here. The original Fantasyland is so good, so awesome, so amazing, so wonderful. Look at Monstro over here. They do have Storybook Land in their Fantasyland. I know we didn't get to it in the vlog. I did film it, however, for Random Land. They have a Storybook Land canal boats, and they have a Casey Jr. circus train, and they both intertwine, sort of like here. The Casey Jr. circus train there is faster. The canal boats have, I think, some bigger and crazier, well, just different scenes. But they do not have any Monstro there. No Monstro anywhere but here that I've ever been. I don't know about the Asian parts. Everyone's like, well, what do you know about Tokyo and Hong Kong and Shanghai? Not much. I know some about Shanghai from what I saw at D23, but I have studiously my entire life avoided reading anything about Tokyo or Hong Kong because I want to go there someday as soon as possible. I've always said as soon as possible, and I still mean it. As soon as it's possible for me to go, I will go. And I want to stay as spoiler-free as possible, especially now that I do the videos, so that my reaction will be pure, if that makes any sense. So that my reactions are like, whoa, or like, oh, or like, or like, woo, huh? It's like all, you know, I don't want to ruin it for myself, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, I watch stuff about it, I look at pictures, not like I've stayed so spoiler-free that I know absolutely nothing, but I don't get like super into every detail just because I'm like, I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because it's like movies. Some movies you go in and you're like, I want to know all the spoilers. I want to know all the little details, and it helps with the hype. The Lord of the Rings movies, I was like that. Huge Lord of the Rings fan. As we were getting closer to those movies being released, I wanted to know what was in the movies and what to expect and not to expect. I didn't want to get too disappointed with the movies because I was a big fan of the books. I went on the onering.net every day. I looked at set photos and little comments and things, and it made me super, super pumped for those movies. And when the first one came out, I really liked the first one. I thought the first one was the best one just because it's closest to the book. That's a whole separate topic of conversation. Anyway, but then with Star Wars Episode 7, I try to stay away from it. So it just depends, I guess. But for the parks, for me, I haven't really looked that into it. But anyway, as far as I know, in my experience, that's the only Monstro I've ever experienced, is that one right there. Beautiful Monstro. What a long tangent. Fantasyland. 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 Home. So anyway, I've been super tired and narcoleptic and just passing out asleep. And I didn't really sleep last night because I woke up again at like 2 or 3 in the morning and I just stayed up. Like, I'm just gonna stay up through today and just rest. My legs are super sore for some weird reason. I don't know if it was just all the walking of the week and then all that time sitting still on the plane than being at home sleeping. But they're like way more sore and cramped up than they should be, or they have any right to be, I feel like, at this juncture. Look at that, the little carousel horses look so small and cute compared to the ones in Paris. This though looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. Everything's just closer together and the castle's so small and cute. It's so perfect. People that are used to other parks go, but your castle's so small and it really weirds them out. As a matter of fact, I think Tim and Jen Tracker, which are video bloggers / vloggers, I hate that word, from Orlando are here experiencing their first day at Disneyland today. And I'm sure once I bump into them that they're gonna be like, the castle's so small. It trips people from other Disney parks out how small that castle really is. But every time I go to Magic Kingdom and every time, like, and now Paris, I keep thinking I'm gonna go home and think my castle's small too and go, oh, my castle's small, now I'm disappointed in my castle, but I don't. Every time I come back, it looks even that much more like cute, cuddly, and like, I don't know, this castle feels like it's mine, you know? Not just mine, but yours, but you know, like it feels like that's mine, that's our castle. Where if you go to Magic Kingdom or Paris, Disneyland, the castle's so huge and beautiful and overwhelming, but it doesn't feel possessible. It doesn't feel like it's your castle. It feels like a castle. I don't know how to explain. It's just rad. I'm just really happy. I'm happy to be home, happy to be up in the morning, happy to have ridden the original Pirates of the Caribbean this morning and look at my beautiful, wonderful Sleeping Beauty castle. I'm so happy. So anyway, I made it home. I am alive. I didn't forget about you guys. I know today's vlog isn't super long or super interesting, but I think I'm going to take it easy for the next couple of days. That doesn't mean not doing any vlogs, it just means taking it slow and taking it easy. Now, here's the important information I need to relay. I did get the list last night, of items to purchase for a local charity for 2 different families in need for Christmas. It's going to be super hard to get these items. They have to be new items, not used items. They have to be brand new items. We have to purchase them. I have to figure out where we can, those of you out of state, if you want to help, can mail them to, or where we're going to meet up for someone to give them to me so we can give them to the charity who delivers them to the needy families in time for Christmas. So all this is going to have to happen in like a just a very like condensed timeline, because I was supposed to have the list before going to Paris so that I could talk about it in Paris, and now I have it after Paris. So we've lost 10 or 11 or 12 days off the original timeline of getting this stuff together. So I hope you're still in that with me. For those of you who don't know what's going on, we're trying a little charity project. A couple of needy families who need stuff for Christmas, and they're pretty much for their whole year. It's all kids in the foster system or kids who are in foster care with their relatives. So like maybe the parents were naughty or went to jail or were abusive or something like that and are not in the picture, but the kids got to go live with their grandparents or something like that, but they're like not having an easy time, and so they end up being needy families who need different stuff. So we're trying to do something nice with the sometimes mob, as it's referred to, which is the gang here, you guys and me. We're trying to do something cool for Christmas. If you can't help, that's totally fine. I'll cover it, but if you can, it'll be super cool. It's just something to do for somebody else. We're not going to be filming it. We're not going to be sticking the camera in anyone's face going, hey, did you like those crayons, Junior? That is not going to happen. It's just something nice to do. Trying to do something nice and pay it a little bit forward for Christmas time. So I will be on Periscope next couple of days. Username, Justin Scard. trying to sort out how in the heck to organize this so we can get it done in the next couple of days, so that we make sure all the items are here and available to give to the charities, organizers, to hand off to those families by Christmas Day. So we don't have that much longer to go. We have, what, 13 days till Christmas or something like that? Not too long. After all, there's only 13 days till Christmas. So we better hurry. Anyway, I'm super blessed and happy to be home. I made it home in one piece on that giant Airbus plane, which was out of control awesome. I have a couple of funny video clips, I think, from the plane, just random stuff where I don't even know what I was filming for. I'll throw those at you guys like tomorrow or the next day or something. But for now, I don't know. Maybe you'll see me 2 or 3 times per day. Maybe you'll see me once per day. Maybe you'll see me never again. It's the sometimes vlog. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens twice a day. Sometimes it happens 3 times a day. Sometimes it never happens again. Actually, so far it's not never happened again. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. Also, free shipping today, December 12th. There's still free shipping with the code MYGIFT2, number 2, you, I think? Double check. There's a banner. If you go to livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com, whatever the shipping deal and all that stuff is, where they do those, Spreadshirt does the little deals and free shipping and 2 or more items and all that stuff, they put a little banner across the top of the page that says it on there. So if I mess it up, just double check and look across the top. But I think there's free shippings today. You know, on the last couple days before Christmas orders can actually make it to your house. So livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com. What else? What else? What else is going on? Nothing much. Adam the Woo is on the way over here, so I'm going to meet up with him and hopefully find the Tim and the Jen Tracker, who I met once or twice in Florida. Super nice couple. They do vlogs, and hopefully we're going to go ride the teacups together, so make sure to keep an eye out for the Daily Woo today. And I am going to go get some Disneyland popcorn, enjoy a view of the Matterhorn. Which they don't have anywhere else. Trip the heck out on this, the Orbitron, or the Astro Orbiter here, which just does not belong. Now, even more than ever, I really didn't like 98 Tomorrowland. I really didn't like Gold Tomorrowland, and I've always liked this on one level because it looks like the thing from the not the Labyrinth, the Dark Crystal. You guys ever see the Dark Crystal? Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, and there's that crazy what word am I looking for? That busty lady who's telling the future with that giant thing in her house, and she has this type of deal in there. It always reminds me of that. There you go. And the Mad Hatter doing their thing. Now you're wondering why the heck they're in Tomorrowland. They're not. They're traveling from Main Street over to an area in front of the castle to take pictures, probably over by the old wishing well over there. And anyway, it's nice to see them here, but they stick out like a sore thumb where they're currently stuck at by all these mobs taking pictures. And this now sticks out like a sore thumb. Like, what are you doing here? You belong in Discovery Land. You don't belong here in Tomorrowland. This is the world of the future. Anyway. Don't I sound like a world traveler now? Like when I walk and bump into people, I'm like, oh, pardon, pardon. Oh, and there's Peter Pan walking around. Did you see him? Oh, now you guys are gonna want to see Peter. They all have to come from the Plaza Inn, basically that way. So if you ever want to see characters, park right here on this all day long. You'll see some. Now Peter's taking the long way around because he's avoiding the mob and getting stuck. And I just want to say for the record, see what he's doing? How he's teasing the kid with the book and he's not giving the book back and stuff. Peter Pan here at Disneyland is always a little jerk. Just always. I've seen Peter Pan do all kinds of weird little jerky little stuff to people here. Like, for some reason the character of Peter Pan at Disneyland is always like a brat. Not so in Paris. In Paris, Peter Pan was so sweet and nice. He was like hugging all the kids and like really genuine and sweet and like fun. Like, let's go on. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Like, let's go on an adventure together and like, let's be friends. And here he's like, I got your book. You're never gonna get it back. Like, Peter's kind of a pirate here. Just saying. Just saying. All right. I think with that, I'm gonna go home and sleep well now. And by go home or sleep well, I mean I'm going to wander around and hang out with Adam the Woo. By the way, my first video here, my first Randomland video was Poopgate video. There is a dog right there inside of Poopgate number 1 from the video, from the first Randomland, exercising the privilege that he may exercise. He is going to do his duty inside of poop gate number 1. Look at all these confused people are like, how the what in the world? What's going on right there? What is that dog doing? I'll tell you what that dog is doing. He is utilizing the secret Disneyland poop gate. Right here off the hub, just past Main Street USA, right by Sleeping Beauty's castle. Well, it looks like he's actually not using it, much to the annoyance of his owner or operator. I don't know how that works. But he is enjoying the privilege of a walk on that grass. See, look at that. There's the gate in action. You never thought it would pay off this way. You know what I'm saying about the Peter Pan thing? Am I totally off base with that? I'm just saying. I don't think, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, Peter's sort of a bratty little kid that never grew up in the movie. But I don't remember him being mean. Just saying. That's always something I noticed about the Disneyland Peter Pans. And it really struck me that it was very different in France. Just struck me that it was different in France. All right. Forget it. Never mind. Everyone's going, no, that's my bae. I'm in love with him. Remember, guys, Peter Pan's a little kid who never grew up. That's super weird to be in love with him. Come on. What's wrong with you? Okay. I need to stop talking now. I've come home. I'm happy. You should be happy too. Okay? Let's go hug Peter. Now I gotta hug Peter. Now I gotta hug Peter because I feel like I was being mean to him. I've got to go. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Are we gonna take a picture too?